to Stellar, like smart contracts on Stellar, Project Jump Cannon. What was that first time that you saw that? Do you remember?
Well, I don't remember what year it was. It was a while ago. It's got to be close to 2.5 years, I think. We were doing our Tiger
Mhm.
teams. So at the SDF, we do these focus groups kind of to plan out the work for internal teams. And a big push that the team that I was on was uh, looking at smart contracts. And I was making a big push. We had stellar turrets, if anybody remembers any of those. We'd been working on those for a couple years, and it just very much seemed like having smart contract functionality not be kind of an L2 JavaScript virtual machine would be
Mhm.
smart to do it the right way. So we were pushing really hard on that Tiger team to really strongly consider uh, an actual smart contract solution. And from that came the pitch that eventually gave birth to Project Jump Cannon, which eventually became Sorbonne.
Sorbonne. All right, next question here I have for I guess Justin or Tom or maybe one of you. Can you guys tell us like a bit more of how Sorbonne, like the naming, like where did this name come from? Like who the heck said Sorbonne? Do y'all know? I know I don't know. Yeah, go
Uh,
ahead, Tomer.
Sure, I can talk a bit about that, although Graydon, well, no, this is my other side. Second, how do I change the camera here? Okay, cool. How did the name Sorbonne Cannon be? Well, yeah, when we started this project, we called it Jump Cannon. That was a Graydon name. Graydon, by the way, names most things, engineering projects in the SDF. He's really good at that. Um, and Yeah, I think eventually we realized that what we're building needs a name beyond just kind of like the project of introducing it. Like the thing itself needs a name. And so we actually reached out to the community and put out a feeler, and obviously a lot of people proposed a lot of names. Many of them were Graydon again. And Yeah, I think we really like this idea of like mechanical calculators because there's something that's like very like simple and robust about the smart contracts that we wanted to build. And so I think a lot of the names were of various types of mechanical calculators because they involve this like robustness and computation to them. Um, and yeah, I think eventually, kind of like we collected all the names, looked at them for a while. Sorbonne got a lot of upvotes in that original thread. Um, when we originally presented, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but when we originally presented the name to marketing, I think uh, they really didn't like it. In fact, I think Lauren, who's today chief of staff, her exact words were, "I hate this name," um, which led to a lot of to like a new round of like naming and thoughts and whatever. But eventually, we just circled back to Sorbonne because we all just loved it. So yeah,
What could
Sorbonne.
Sorbonne have been named otherwise? Like what was another like top name, if you remember?
Oof. I don't remember. Justin, do you remember there were a bunch of kind of like celestial, more like classic stellar names there. Um, what else? There were like very insane names.
Thingamajig. Apparently,
Yeah, I might actually have them.
oh no, Tyler was like Justin said thingamajig for a long time. I think honestly,
I
yeah.
I did say thingamajig. Yeah, that was one thing that I really want. So I guess the other thing is that there was also an issue of. Let me see if I can figure out how to turn on my camera. Um, there was also like an issue of collision. Like you don't want to name something that is already named, not only specifically in the space, but like more generally, especially if you're trying to build Rust crates. Like you just want it to be a name that is easy to deploy. And I did like Thingamajig because it also felt very multi-purpose and a little bit funny, and I was drawn towards the funnier names. I really like Ziggy because of like Ziggy Stardust, the David Bowie avatar. But actually, Ziggy is used by a different smart contracts related program that I think is something that I don't, some Starknet thing. And that's what you find a lot when you start to look at celestial names, when you start to look at funny names, you realize, oh, they're taken. And then when you start to think about names that are more obscure, where you end up drawn to is like the names of like famous astronomers or astrophysicists. And then you start to wonder, like, well, is it right for me to just pluck someone's actual name and give it to the thing that we're building? And that also felt wrong, right? Like,
Right.
it feels like you are actually co-opting their identity or something. It just felt icky. So I think a lot of the names that I liked were ruled out because either they collided, or they were too silly, like thingamajig, or they were somebody's name, which felt, I guess, like disrespectful.
Right.
And Sorbonne had none of those problems, which was pretty great.
Right. It's a simple, scalable, batteries included, like the mechanical calculator, or I guess abacus, right? That's what Sorbonne stands for. Oh,
Just
And we got
intelligent.
we got only 5 minutes, by the way. I just want to point
Yeah.
out that the
All
reason that
right.
we're here is because in 5 minutes, network validators who have armed their nodes theoretically to at 1700 broadcast a signal that says, hey, let's switch the network to protocol 20 from protocol 19. That should happen at the ledger that happens immediately after 1700 UTC, which is about 5 minutes from now. I see that you're sharing your screen.
Yep.
And I just wanted to say that before we keep going too deep down conversational rabbit holes, that we are actually getting dang close. This is dashboard.stellar.org that Anuhya is pulling up. As you can see, it says up and running protocol version 19. We don't have a more sophisticated or sort of fancy, this is a pretty scrappy way to show a network upgrade. But you know what? That feels right. That feels right today.
It really
And then I'll be
feels
quiet.
like on brand with Sorbonne, right? I always liked Justin. I like how you always say like Sorbonne has been built out in like the streets and not in like some pristine laboratory is a like a statement that's stuck with me. I think honestly, so this is like not just a celebration like of hey, like this is like an inflection point in the Stellar network, but also to kind of show the world of like decentralization, open source, the fact that so many people have contributed to this day. I don't know. I'm very excited, genuinely, and as everyone else. Tomer, everyone's really intrigued by your beard, by the way. Um,
sure. Do you want to talk about it some more?
yeah, what's your beard care routine here?
I just strike it gently throughout the day until it gets shaped up exactly like this. Yeah.
Valid. Why the beard? Just to change?
Just a change, something for the new year. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Like that. Also, by the way, I do want to, I guess we have 4 more minutes for me to randomly blabber on about random things here. I do want to share that we will be at Denver. So if any of you in the audience are at Denver, there are a bunch of events happening for Stellar and Sorbonne, with Encode Club, with EZA, with Ryzen, all these amazing developer communities. So if you're in the Denver area, come out to them. We've been tweeting about these events. So keep an eye out for that. That's like very top of mind right now for me of things happening. So that's why I'm like taking this opportunity to talk about it right now. Let's see. The comments here. Staffel Weasel is the name that you wanted? Staffel Wills? Tomer? How do you say that?
Staffelwalze.
Okay, got it. Other names. Wow, Justin, you really said copy paste.
What's everyone's
Longer-
second favorite aside from Sorbonne on that
Oh, yeah.
list?
I thought it should just have been Stellar Man, but we could go with Moonraker. Sounds really cool. Like I could just see like a rake and like a moon kind of logo situation.
Oh, that's what I want. I didn't want thingamajig. I wanted whatnot. Whatnot. I also really like Swope but it's somebody's name. Stardust McStarface is a good one.
Ace Root Vernal. There are so many. Wow. We really said let's find every possible celestial-esque name.
Hey, give it about 2 or 3 months, and we're going to see all of these show up in SCF.
I like sticking to Project Jump Cannon. Yeah, where was Graydon. Got it. Jump Cannon. All right, guys, it's we are I wish we had like a countdown on the like dashboard. Should have done that. I also wish we had like doves and like balloons flying everywhere and a whole red button situation. But you know what? We all this is what we'll do.
Okay, I'm pinning your screen, Anuhia, because we are a minute away.
Yes.
Yes.
Do I
now
need
that
to
that's small. Okay.
refresh my dashboard?
No.
No. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Moment of
Who
silence
will
here.
get the first Sorbonne TX on mainnet transaction? Yep.
I think
There
it's
we go. There's a
Tyler, right?
timer.
Is it Tyler? You're gonna do a live transaction?
That's not happening.
Wait, what about all the prep?
I do
Wasn't
want.
this your master plan?
I don't know what you're talking about. I do think we should have a race. Will in phase 0 will we be able to do stellar asset contract wrapping, or what's it called now?
No.
No, because that's going to be my next race is when we hit phase 1 to whoever can get the native XLM.
All right. It's
Token.
12.
Let's see.
What's happening? I'm like nail biting
Interesting.
here.
Oh, drum
Should I
roll.
refresh?
20. There it went. It is now
Yay!
protocol version 20, people. Woo
All right.
woo!
Woo! This is so
Um,
exciting.
Cool.
Thank
Nice.
you, Julian, for the doves. I really appreciate it, man. All right. Nice, y'all.
Okay. This is where we sit here for a few minutes, and those people that operate validators specifically, they sort of watch to make sure things happen behind the scenes. People are checking in. People are somebody's just asking me to record the change. It already happened. We've got now, assuming that things go well, those operators are going to be watching the network to make sure that the sort of upgrade takes effect, to make sure that nothing unexpected happens. We are in phase 0 of a phased rollout. Phase 0 means that there are very limited transaction capabilities, that the network settings are low on purpose in order to allow operators to observe and look for the effects of the change. In about a week, we're going to convene validators to vote again to increase those limits to phase 1, which is when people can start testing smart contracts. And then about probably 3 weeks after that, we will ask them to vote again to move us to phase 2, which is when we're actually like sort of mainnet deployment ready. And so, yeah, here we are watching. In the background, lots of operators are watching. I see there's claps. There's good things happening. I don't know if anybody else has anything awesome to say, but we are now in phase 0.
This is so exciting. 2 years in the works, guys. Quite the journey. I mean, I started working at Stellar right around this time, so to me, this is very exciting. So, but yeah. Woohoo, lots of congratulations. I don't know, Tomer, you got any fun words? Naman, anyone? Morgan, even?
When's the next milestone? What's the plan for getting us to phase 1?
Tomer, Naman?
Phase 1 is planned for next week. Hopefully a week from today. But yeah, it's how do you summarize 2 years in a second? I don't know. Thanks everyone. This is awesome.
We're switching from 19 to 20.
Yep. Thank you all. I think we can probably wrap it up here. Potentially. I don't know, Morgan, do you have any few words here to share as well? I see you're in the chat.
Hey everyone, I want to congratulate the whole team. This has been a journey to behold, a year plus, and we're live. I can't wait to submit some transactions, or at least try to submit some transactions. I'm like giddy. I have a private mainnet Okashi version set up for this, and we'll see if what happens. But this is great. Writing a tweet as we speak.
Sweet. Yeah, everyone go tweet about it if you're feeling the excitement that I'm feeling.
Yeah, and I
Tag
shared
Stellar
some copy
America.
too. And like I shared some copy in an email yesterday to all SCF projects. So make sure that it's a phased mention is a phased rollout. You know, like we don't want to ship nothing burgers. So if people are expecting certain things. But yeah, I mean, I also want to congratulate like everyone. I mean, I see so many SCF projects here that have really made this happen. And yeah, I mean, I would just emphasize that it's only the beginning, and now the fun's gonna start. So
Yeah, absolutely. It is only the beginning, and I think this is a testament to share that this is a community effort and a large like this is genuinely a celebration today. And we have a lot more coming in store. But yeah, thank you all so much. Go tweet about it, go celebrate, and have a great rest of your week, everyone. See y'all soon. Bye, everyone.